Hi, YouTube and viewers alike. Welcome back to Scott's Shaves. So today we're going to continue with the death test of the new Personna blades that I'm helping out with the beta testing here. I pulled it out of my baby oil thing that I was showing you yesterday. And today, for a razor, I am going to be using a somewhat rare razor again. And this is my very first time ever using this. This is a Diplomat, okay? This is a, as you can see, full gnarling all the way up the handle. This is a Diplomat that I picked up out of Canada. Here's the under the lid. And, pretty much what I'm kind of wondering, because I have a friend who has a President and I have a Diplomat. I've used his President. Fantastic shaver. Incredibly smooth, efficient, and super mild, right? So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be go ahead and try, because him and I've been wondering, this and the President seem to be pretty much like the same razor, right? So today, being I remember what the President is like, we're going to see if the Diplomat compares to that, all right? So I'm going to be pairing today's shave with the Club Hemingway 1989 +1, all right? The smell of this, I've been trying to pin it down. I was smelling this. It's kind of got a like a goat smell type, almondy type smell to it. All right, it's very pleasant. It's very light. It's not something that seems to be super heavy on the nose that you're gonna smell it and just be like, whew, that's really strong. Like I said, it's a very almondy, light smell to it. It kind of reminds me of summer. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The beach and summer is kind of what I get with this, all right? So, I'm going to go ahead and load my brush with this soap here. We're going to be trying this out today because, like I said, I've never used this, so everything's new. The only thing that's not new is the blade. We're going on shave 2 with that blade. I'm typically not an everyday shaver. But I have decided I'm going to be, because I'm going to kill this blade. I am going to put it into the death test, as I had pointed out yesterday, because I really wonder, because the Personna Tungsten 74s have such a long life and a mythology about them, right? That they are so good and have lasted for so long that do the new ones cut the gusto? I have rather thick hair. I will say the most shaves that I have ever got out of any DE blade that I have ever used has been somewhere in the realm of about 8, and that was pushing it, so it was getting pretty scratchy and gritty. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna load up the Personna blade into the Diplomat here, close it up. Smooth, just like butter, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and get our lather built. A little bit of water in my thing. Get my bowl going here. This soap makes a thicker padded type lather. It's a very good padding, I can tell, just by the way that this is mixed into the bowl here. As you can get the money shot, so to speak, here. This is going to be a really thick, creamy soap. Just a great smell. It's such a light smell. I like it. This is one I would think that you could get away with if you weren't a big, heavy person into scents, because it's just a very light, got a good lather to it. Give the razor a heat up here, and here we go. I'm hoping this is as smooth as I remember the President being, because when I first used that President, I had to stop and just double check that there was a blade in it, all right? Because some razors are just that smooth, and ladies and gentlemen, it's just that smooth. It may be gold plated, it's not rhodium like the President is. Rhodium always just has a nice smoothness about it, but I'll tell you what, this razor is very mild. This is a very mild razor. I would like to say that this is one I'd recommend for beginners because it is so mild. But the problem you would have with that is that this is a rather sort of hard to come by razor, meaning it's going to cost you a little bit if you wanted to use it as a beginner razor. But at the same turn of the coin, if you have the whole set, which I do, I left the case in my collection, it makes a beautiful case. The case is a dark brown leather case with fleur-de-lis all over the lid of it. The inside of it's very similar to that of the 56 Aristocrat Deluxe I have. But I do have the complete set for this. My buddy Rob, who has an amazing, beautiful collection of cased razors, because he is someone who collects all about the cases and absolutely like pristine quality type collection. And I go for nice quality, but I'm not one who is overly worried about getting cases, because I mean, it's just a case, it's only for looks. I use each and every razor that's in my collection, or I intend to use at some point. I mean, I've had this Diplomat now for about 2 months, and this is my first go at and using it. Very mild razor. The Personna, on second cut so far, she's holding her own. I'll tell you what, she is doing really good, guys. Sorry about that little mishap with the camera. Stop it from shaking there. Get a little cleaned up here. I was reaching for a washcloth. Get cleaned up here. So this is really good. I rather enjoy this. This is very smooth razor, Diplomat, paired with that Personna on shave number 2 so far is really good. All right. So let's go ahead and lather up and do our second pass to get down to the good smooth that we're looking for. So here we go. I would recommend a Diplomat. And so far, the Personna blades, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm very much a person, if I can get 2 shaves out of a blade, I'm doing good. I will tell you, I have tried lots and lots of blades, and even with Vashkods, which are the ones that are my go-tos, I'm usually done at 3 at the most. And so far, not too bad. You know, I have been kicking the idea. I have a video idea. I'm going to do a $2 shave that anyone can do. I might take a break from the death test just to make the video, because I'm that psyched about it. Because the thing about it is, I feel that a lot of people don't know that wet shaving exists. Because I will tell you how many people have told me this last year, since I've started collecting, and people ask me, well, what do you collect? And when I walk in antique stores and stuff, and I tell them, and you would not believe how many people have told me, well, that seems like an odd collection. Seems odd. Why? Because I'm collecting razors of the past? I only wish I knew the story of each and every one of these. You know, that's the thing. I would prefer to buy these if I could from the original family or the original owners of them, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. If you want a particular razor and you know, they're hard to find, well, you take what you can get, right? I will say that one of the reasons I did choose to spend what I spent on the 15 open comb that's coming to me from Great Britain, is because it came from the original family. Turned out it was guy's grandfather's. He's 67 at this point. Those razors were made in the 30s. And and he was serving over in India. It was bought for him as his razor to take with him and shave in India. I haven't used a British patent 430030 for the Gen 2s that they're known as, the flat bottom razors there, flat bottom twist to opens. I've actually, I've never used an open comb version of, even though I own one. I have the number 19 gold plated number 19 British Aristocrat, which is a really rare razor. I've actually never used it. I sent it out to loan a razor friend that I have. You know, we loan razors back and forth. And I have his supply company and a couple others at the moment I'm going to be testing and making videos with. But yeah, that is a fantastically smooth shave. Again, I will say this blade for second day. Shave number 2. Good to go. It was smooth throughout the shave. It was no drag. Didn't have any excessive drag. Cleaned up very well. Diplomat is a very, very mild razor. One that I would recommend to beginners if they can get it. If you happen to be one of those people who's a beginner and walks into some antique joint and finds one for $10, well, good for you, man. I'm glad that you did. I didn't spend an exorbitant amount. I see these go for 100 to 150 typically. I will say that I managed to pick this one up for about $45. So I got a fairly good deal on this razor too. But it is as good and as smooth as a President for sure. If you guys have yet to go over and check out my buddy Josh Parkins at Scooby Shaves over there, or check out the Artisan Shave Soaps that I featured a couple days ago in my Ronson review at a Trace of the Past Soaps. You can find Trace of the Past Soaps on Facebook. Very pleasant lady. Me and her talk often. Like I said, I've helped collaborate with a couple things and so on and so forth. But I would say that fantastic shave. I really like that shave. The razor is fantastic. Super smooth, really light touch razor, just like the Ronson the other day. It just, it's one of those razors that fools you. Because it's so mild, but yet it did a pretty efficient job here. That it's good, super smooth. I like it. Definitely will do it again. So, what do you guys think? $2 shave tomorrow? I think so. Tomorrow, stay tuned for $2 shaving. It's a wet shave that's going to cost me $2.12. Obviously, I got to pay tax in Michigan, right? So I lied. It'll be over $2. All right. But it's going to cost me $2. I'm going to get everything for wet shaving at the Dollar Tree. Believe it or not, the Dollar Tree, okay? And I'll review the razor. I've actually used the razor. It's not something that's, so one thing I will say to it. One thing that beginners typically make mistakes with is they don't realize how to hold the razor, right? So each particular razor has a balance point on it, right? Right there's the balance point of the Diplomat. This is where you should be holding near the head of your razor, where the balance point is, okay? As you can see, it's not tipping one way or the other. And then when you're holding it, the thing about a DE razor versus like an SE is that you can see there's the crown of the razor. Straight flat, that razor is going to do nothing. You're going to hold it at the balance point and you're going to turn it so that the crown of that razor makes a 45-degree angle to the skin you're touching, okay? That's how to get the perfection on a thing. That might be an idea for a video on how we hold these different razors, okay? The main thing, and I can tell you that most people use their mistakes on these injectors and that, they kind of profile the blade for where to put it, right? They teach you where to put it. Whereas on a DE, you have to figure it out. Typically what I recommend is to shave the back of your hand. Because if you can get the back of your hand to feel really smooth and not have drag and stuff, the thing about it is any place you have thin skin and muscle tissue with bones directly behind it, like your hand, your foot, or anything, the skin there is actually the most sensitive, just like very similar to that of your face. So that if you can take and shave the back of your hand and get a smooth, easy shave, well, I can promise you can do it on your face or even your legs, right? I've been known to shave my legs a couple times in the name of science, testing out razors for my wife, and I have a couple female friends on the wet shaves that have asked how a particular razor of mine is for shaving legs. Well, if you want to know, guess what I'm going to do? I will try it. So if any ladies happen to watch this, and leave a comment and subscribe if you can about what a particular razor I may have feels like on your legs, you know what? I am game. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to shave my head. But hey, I'd even make a video shaving part of my leg just to review a razor. Not a big deal. Thank you guys for joining me on Scott's Shaves. Stay classy.